developing a new gift, or maybe I've had a gift, but I've starting to try to walk in faith in it. So I believe God. This is only when He shows me, but I believe that I believe I can see people's calling, like if God has called them or not. It's kind of funny because it's the only way. It's hard to describe it. I'm gonna try to describe it the best way I can. And the way that I see it is there's this spiritual attraction that can only be described as like an attraction that comes only from the Lord. And it would almost be like it's it's kind of hard to describe. Like I said, I'm trying to do this the best way I can because it's hard. But I look at somebody and it's like you can see the beauty of the Spirit resting on them.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean that they're necessarily walking with Him, but meaning that they've been called. And so I'm kind of guessing that's what it is. And I'm going to share a testimony I haven't even told you yet.
Okay.
And I was getting groceries and I saw this man during the aisle, and I could see this beauty, and he was an older man, and I could see this beauty and this attraction, and I'm just like, okay, here it is. I was like, I think this guy's called. I think this guy's been called. And there was nothing representing that he was walking with Christ. And I said, I talked to him, and we were talking about, whatever, life, and nothing was brought up about the Lord. And then as I left, I said, hey, stay blessed. God bless you. And I walked away. He said, you too. And the Lord said, I wanted you to tell him that I have called him, that he needs to walk in his calling. And I didn't do that. Of course, I failed again. But it was confirmation, though, hearing him say, God bless you back. Still not knowing that he was somebody of Christ, maybe, because some people do say God bless you and they just don't believe in God. They just be nice. So the other day, this was about maybe a few weeks ago, but just the other day I went back to the store, and on the way it was brought back to me of that moment I had an encounter with him. And so I said, Lord, if I see this man there, I will approach him and let him know that you have called him, knowing that you have ordained this, knowing already that he has already told me that, hey, you should have said this. So, but again, I need more confirmation. So I get to the store, get everything, and I've already gone and forgot about that. And I got all my stuff. I'm about to check out. As I'm about to check out, I see the guy.
Of course you did.
And so I said, hey man, how's it going? I was stalling a little bit. And I said, dude, I'm going to ask you a weird question, and I'm sorry if this kind of comes out wrong, but do you believe in God? And he's like, yeah. And I said, okay. So right there and there, I kind of broke the ice, and I'm like, okay, I feel... I says, God has given me this gift to see the called. And I said, I see a calling on your life. And I believe God wanted me to share that to you and tell you that to walk into your calling. But it's your choice, but you've been called. And he says, man, I'm going to be honest with you. He says, last few weeks. So the time, and when he said that, it was that moment, the first time I saw him was the right time to say something. So a few weeks went by, then I see him again, bringing it up, and then I tell him, and he says, man, I really needed to hear that. I can't remember exactly. The Spirit took over, so I can't remember everything he said, but it was in that moment that he needed to hear that.
Yeah.
And for whatever he was going through. And I didn't feel the Lord leading me into anything else, but just completely saying that. So, and I had that happen with another woman, and I'm starting to see, and I'm just developing this, or not developing it. I'm just now seeing that I guess there's a gift here, and I've seen it with a lot of people. I just thought that was really cool.